Hey everybody, welcome to the third installment of Cooking Weather, my little series of cooking shorts here. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a lot of different things. Some will be more complex than others. But one of the best things is to be able to make the simplest things. And there's pretty much not anything that comes more simple than just a plain old grilled cheese. So we're going to talk about how to make the perfect grilled cheese. I think that it's just one of those things that everybody should be able to make, and it's so easy to do that. So we're going to start off with, this is my favorite. You get whatever cheese that you like, if you just like sliced American or sliced cheddar, whatever. I like this Cracker Barrel. It's the 2%, so it's not full fat, and you really can't tell the difference, and it melts just fine. So those two things are a pretty good qualifier if you can cut out on a little bit of fat and calories with it. And what I like to do is just generally cut these up into little thicker slices, and just enough to be able to cover one side of the bread. Depending on how much in the mood for cheese you might be, maybe you'll have a little bit more, a little bit of overlap. So this is just, again, simple as simple. Whatever bread you like, you just pick it and you're good to go. This is the Vermont Bread Company. It's the first time actually I've had that. It's organic soft honey cracked wheat. Got it from the Honest Way Co-op in Albany, and it is pretty good. It's nice and soft. So what I'm going to do is, when I have these things out, and again, remember, before you start using any heat, just have everything prepped up. It'll make things go a lot more smoothly for you. So I'm just going to lay these out, these little slices of cheese on here, and just determine whether I want more or less. But I think this will be a good amount. Yeah, that'll work out just fine right there. That's going to be our grilled cheese. So we'll just take that back off. And then we just got to get the pan going. Definitely want to preheat your pan ahead of time. I bought this little square thing at Bed Bath & Beyond. It was like $10, and it's awesome. I got it, and I only use it for grilled cheese because it's just the perfect size. It fits right in there. Once the pan gets good and warm, what you want to do is just put in about a tablespoon of butter. That'll do it. Now that the heat is on, the clock is running, and this butter will melt pretty quickly because I've been able to heat it up ahead of time, and the butter is foaming up really nicely for us. Now, once it is done melting, or just about, put your bread right in there, and I kind of just move it around a little bit, let it soak up some of that butter. Then we'll take the cheese that we just cut up, and we'll just lay it back out over that so that it fits on there nicely. You want to try to leave it away from the edges if you can, because you don't want the cheese to get to dripping out into the pan, because then it just means less cheese for your sandwich, and that's no good. So we're going to do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about half of the butter that I put in the pan, and I'm just going to butter this side of it. This is going to be the top side of the sandwich. And we just lay that right on top of there. So I'm going to let the bottom, and it's tempting to try to want to flip it too early. Let the bottom get good and crispened up, and when that happens, then you can flip it over. Pretty much do the same on the other side. And while that is cooking up, I wanted to share with you too, in Bon Appetit, I read an article that they talked about how they make their grilled cheese sandwiches. And they put mayo on the outside of bread instead of butter. And I'm a fan of mayonnaise, but I was like, I don't really know about that. But I tried it, and it really works. So I know some folks are not mayo fans, but if you are, try it out. It'll get good and crispy on that side. Speaking of which, what I'm going to do now is just give this a little flip. And that's a good color. We're going to get it a little darker than that, but that's a good start. Just give it a little bit of a tamp down there. Now we're going to let the other side go for roughly the same amount of time. And what I like to do with grilled cheese is I'll flip them a lot. Generally, when you cook things, you don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to do that with a steak, for example. You want to just leave it and let the heat get into it. But with grilled cheese, if you keep flipping it back and forth, it really coats the bread nicely, gives it that nice dark crispiness, and then it also ensures that the cheese is melted in the sandwich. That's key. You don't want like half-cooked cheese in a grilled cheese, because that's just unacceptable. You can put other things on your grilled cheese too. If you wanted to put, ham or bacon or tomato or eggs or whatever you want, you can kind of do it the same way and just basically put it right in the middle, even put a couple little layers of cheese on top of whatever it is that you're coating it in there. And then you basically do it the same way. A patty melt, for example, you can do that with. If you cook a hamburger or a turkey burger or whatever, cook it all up and then put that in the middle. And that's essentially what a patty melt is. You can put some onions on there. So there's lots of versatility, of course, to a grilled cheese. But the most important thing is just to know that it's so easy and it just takes a couple of steps. So the grilled cheese is going to continue to cook here. And I'm just going to continue to flip this probably another 2 or 3 times, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like when it's all done. All right, here we go. Here's the finished product. Both sides good and browned up. So I'm just going to slide that onto there. And then just put a nice little cut on it. See how nice and melted that is? It's awesome. And that, again, that's that 2% cheese, and it's just a little bit better for you. Check that out. I mean, that is just money. And you saw how easy it was to do. And hopefully you and the kids will enjoy plenty of grilled cheeses here as we head through the week. The weather will certainly be conducive for grilling things inside. Coming up, my next little cooking short, we're going to take this potato and we're going to turn it into potato wedges with a campfire sauce. Basically make your own fries. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to do that for you tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great day today. Keep me posted on things. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'm enjoying these things, bringing them to you, and hopefully you're enjoying watching them. I'll look forward to hearing from you.